Hey everyone, it's Pete Tansley here, and today I want to talk about carbohydrates. Are they necessary? Are they vital? Are they even needed for fat loss? So, this is a completely different argument if somebody was 6% body fat looking to bulk up. This video, the guide of this video is to keep it simple. I'm not going to talk about complex scientific processes here. That's not the aim. There's plenty of that online you can find. The goal is to simplify this message and to give you a response that's accurate, that's usable, that's proven. It's also for somebody looking to lose fat. Okay, somebody typically between 15% and up to 50% body fat. The topic of carbohydrates. So here's the thing. The leaner you are, the more carbs you can have, or you've sort of earned your carbohydrates. So I'm talking body fat percentage here. If someone's 10% or under, they've got a six-pack sitting down. They can typically, probably, handle a higher amount of daily carbohydrate. A couple of reasons for that. If they're 10%, they're probably pretty healthy. And we're talking about not alcoholics here or drug addicts that have a six-pack, but people who work out, athletes, recreational athletes who work out and eat pretty well, right? Because of that, we know for a fact they can handle higher amounts of carbohydrates. We also can probably assume they're working out fairly hard or very hard multiple times a week, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus days per week, right? That'd be a fair assumption to make. So A, they're lean, so their insulin sensitivity, that's just a name for can you handle carbohydrates. So their insulin sensitivity is good, they can handle carbs. Plus they're working out with intensity, they can handle carbs. So if we put this continuum of someone who's 50% getting down to, let's say, even 20 or 15%. At first, we will probably restrict their carbohydrates. When I say carbs, I'm talking good carbs, quality carbs, good sources of carbs, because their insulin sensitivity is shit. It's rubbish, all right? Hence why somebody's over fat. We don't get fat because of dietary fat. We generally get fat because it's an insulin problem, okay, barring any major health things. So we want to fix that insulin management. How do we do that? We increase protein, we increase good fats, we increase fiber, we restrict carbohydrates for a period. So if we were to graph it out 50% to 15, as they get to 40 and then 30%, we slowly increase. As they get to 25 and then 20%, we increase a bit more, specifically post-workout and on training days, post-workout and or evening. I like carbs post-workout and before bed. As they get to 18, 15, 14%, they stay moderate, but over time they ramp up if somebody's showing improved insulin sensitivity. What I've found, however, there's two types of athletes, two types of clients. One client can handle carbohydrates. Okay, they're just fine with carbs, and probably their parents or their upstream of their generation is probably a similar thing. They've probably never been too over fat in their life. I like to say over fat instead of overweight, right? Because I'm overweight on the scale, but I'm probably not over fat. And then there's the body types. So we've got carbohydrate protein dominant person, and then a protein fat dominant person. I'm a protein fat dominant person. As a chubby kid, I still struggle and will probably struggle for a long time with insulin management, and it will probably always be the way. I simply look at a bakery or like walk past a bakery and my love handles shoot up, my back fat shoots up. Others, I've got good friends who train a few times a week, eat carbs every single meal. They look ripped year round. I hate them. They are bastards. Probably 70 to 80% of people that I work with fall in the protein fat sort of protocol. Okay, so their diet's almost like a paleo-rich style diet with some smart sups thrown in. So here's a quick test to know which one you are. With your normal breakfast, or when you wake up, rate yourself out of 1 to 10. 10 is bouncing off the walls with energy. 0 or 1 is, well, fuck, you should be dead, all right? If you got 0 or 1 out of 10 on energy, you should be dead on a normal morning. Then have a carbohydrate-rich breakfast. Some toast or some gluten-free toast or some pancakes with maple syrup and some strawberries on top and a big glass of orange juice freshly squeezed. So a big serve of carbohydrates. So let's say you scored a 7 out of 10. If in an hour after you started that meal, your energy hasn't dropped, like you're not a 5 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10, then probably you can handle a higher amount of carbohydrates. All right? You're probably someone who can handle carbs. But for fat loss, you would still restrict them, okay, until you're showing positive signs. Remember, to wrap it up, fat loss is not about losing weight. It's about insulin management. I hope that helps, clears up the confusion about carbs. They are needed for some, especially as you get lean. Some people say, hey, but Eskimos never had carbs. No, but Eskimos weren't trying to get six packs or have superhuman strength or look great in a bikini. Their goal was to function and to survive. So get down under 20%, under 15%, towards 10%, and then you can, with some smart management, really ramp up your carbohydrates. As always, whatever you do, shadow what Dr. Phil does and say, how's that working for you? Test, measure, tweak, repeat. Okay, it's that simple. I gotta go. Thanks so much.